त्रिसङ्काशगौरं कबीरम् कल्लोलिनी चारुगङ्गा लसत्पालबाले तु कण्ठे भुजङ्गा चलत्कुण्डलं भ्रूसुनेत्रं विशालम् प्रसन्नाननं नीलकण्ठं दयालम् आदेश चर्माम्बरं मुण्डमालम् प्रियं शङ्करं सर्वनाथं भजामि चण्डं प्रकृष्टं प्रगल्भं परेशम् अखण्डम् अजं भानुप्रकाशम्
Hello all of you. How are you all preparing for the upcoming CMA Inter exam for December 2024? Here we are together to solve MTP-1 and 2 for DT. Today is Wednesday, date is 26th, and then after one day, tomorrow's break, Friday, again we'll meet together in the evening. Morning DT regular batch is going for 2025 exams. So evening, same time, we will also solve the costing MTP 1 and 2. Now I'm not here to test your knowledge, ki iska answer kya hai, aap batao and all. What we will do is we will solve it together, and wherever calculations are required or some revision is required in a brief way, I will revise the provision. And if you have already learned, so many students have got the result in June 24, September 24 exam by repeatedly watching the one-shot revision videos. So they are already there. The marathon video is there. MCQs are there for costing, for DT, for GST upcoming, maybe in the next week. I have not yet scheduled because of too many things, but I'll promise I'll take a very nice GST session for 45 to 50 good quality, good MCQs. One session will be taken for input tax credit and value of supply questions. So this is what is planned for upcoming. All this will be over by 2nd, so that last 1 week your exam is on 12th. You can concentrate. All other things are already there in the YouTube playlist. You follow it and it will be clear to all of you. All one-shot revision videos. If you have not prepared costing until now, the theory questions and all, trust me, go for the Sarthi Hardcopy compiler. It will really help you. From the same compiler, top 50 questions, theory questions, MCQs, all formulas and formats at one go. Like this, different classes are already taken. All these classes are there in YouTube. So subscribe to the channel till your exams, so that whenever we are live like this, you are there with us connected. And if you're watching us now live, please comment below, let us know, share this video with others if you feel this is to boost your confidence. Income tax, especially for the CMA exam, is very easy. For CA, it is easy, but they merge 2-3 things and there what happens, the confusion. CMA, I'm going to start this now with the paper pattern. So pay attention, it's going to be very crystal clear to all of you. The reason of discussing the paper pattern is, okay, yeah, sure. June 24 exam paper also you wanted to check where mistake has happened. I'll do it at the end. So MTP 1 and 2, and starting now with the paper pattern and some ABC analysis. Okay. So here we're going to, if the paper pattern mindset is clear, no, you can choose the question correctly. You can attempt the question which you know super duper well. Okay. Right. Do share it with at least 5 of your friends, then all my efforts will be fruitful. Thank you in advance. Aja, 2 minutes. Just give me 2 minutes time. I'm sharing my notebook to check the paper pattern. You all have worked hard for so many months, so nothing ki ma'am kaise yaad aayega. Abhi aap just attend it for 30 minutes and you see MCQs and all your this thing will be boosted. Okay, so for CMA Inter DT and IDT, it's a combined paper of 100 marks, and here is the paper pattern. Paper pattern, and along with that I have done some analysis also for the past exams, so that I will share with all of you. Okay, right. So you have in your DT and IDT paper section A, which is all MCQs, 15 MCQs, 2 marks each, 30 marks. In 15 MCQs, 7 questions are DT, plus the next 7 questions are IDT, and 1 MCQ of 2 marks is from custom. Usually the cess, what is charged, the types of duties and all. So this makes your 15 MCQs for 30 marks, and you're just supposed to write the answer. You're not required to write the explanation. Still, if you feel somewhere in some MCQ working is to be done, in rough you can do the working. Now next is your section B. Your section B is descriptive questions, where you have to attempt 5 questions of 14 marks each. That makes it 70 marks and 100 marks paper. 5 questions you have to attempt. Usually they are of 7 marks. Sometimes they are 7 plus 4 and 3, like that also. In 7 marks question also, the heads of income and set off and all that is 7 marks full question. Generally CMA they don't ask too many things कि हाँ salary के साथ deduction भी पूछ लिया, business head के साथ other source. No, you have separate questions. But sometimes if they are asking in one go only 7 marks, there are bit marks questions for chapters like return of income, TDS, TCS. For that, bit marks questions are also there, and these chapters are mostly not required for 7 marks. They are required for the MCQs. Okay, right. Acha. In question number 2, you have got a choice. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh my God, so many questions are there. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Each of 14 marks. Out of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Any five you need to attempt. Don't attempt extra question thinking whatever is good they will take. Make a proper choice. Attempt the best question you know first for 7 marks. And if you want to start with MCQ, you can. And keep in between any MCQ, if you don't know, keep it pending. Don't give more than 1.5 minutes. You can, like, you have to, in 180 minutes, you have to attempt 100 marks paper, right? So 1.8 minutes you can give for 1 mark. So not more than 2 to 3 minutes for each MCQ. You can keep a rough work. Nothing you should write in the question paper. In your answer sheet, you can keep a rough work where you can, excuse me, where you can say in your rough work, you can write pending MCQ number 9, like that. Acha, MCQ also first 7 are DT, next 7 are IDT and 1 custom. Yeah, customs weightage is total 9 marks. 7 marks, 1 question is asked to solve the total on what you will put the custom duty, expenses incurred till the import point, and after the late, you are doing late pickup from the port, demurrage charges and all, and on what you will charge the custom duty and GST. So 1 problem you have to solve for 7 marks and 1 MCQ, 9 marks. And I'm telling you, 1 playlist is there where 3 videos are there of 1.5 hour to 2 hours. 5 hours material is also provided. Videos are also there. One go you can complete the custom. Okay, right. So please take the benefit of this. Now, as I said, you have to choose any 5. Let me tell you, according to just the paper pattern to be seen everywhere, it's like question number 2, 3, 4, and 5. These are always DT, and 6 and 7 is IDT, and 8 is custom. Now, your choice. If you feel your DT is good, do all the 4 in DT. And the best part is there is no 14 marks question. CA students have one single question for 14 marks, business head, combined along with deductions and all. You have segregation 7, 7, so it's super scoring. So, question number 2, 3, 4, 5 you can do. And one question either you can prepare from here or these two. Your choice. This is just a suggestion. Some students know, ma'am, custom is very easy. So then you can do, GST is very easy. All the 3 for GST and then 1 or 2 from here. In question number 2, 3, 4, 5, if you know question number 3, B bit first, do that first. First impression is the best impression and it works. Right? Okay. So if you are live with us, give a hello so that we come to know. Pick up your calculators and please have the hard copy printed. I've seen students studying from soft copies. That quality, that concentration is not there. So coming 2 hours, we are together today. Again, I'm repeating, day after tomorrow, again, we are meeting at this time to solve conceptually the MTP of costing. Little I want to dive detail here. CMA exam, we can definitely say question number 2A is residential status. Just decide the residential status and then triple column you solve it for 7 marks. But in residential status, it's not just decide or it's not just triple column. They are giving combined problems also. Then B part is always salary, more emphasis on perquisites, right? Question number 3A is house property, 3B is business head. Now, business head, it's add or less, or they can ask you vehicle and 44 and all. Yeah. Question number 4, A part and B part. Okay. So, question number 4, A part is your capital gain with special emphasis. I am doing the ABC analysis. Capital gain में section 54. You sell the house, you buy the house. You sell anything and you buy the house. And you sell anything and you buy the bonds. So here, if you have sold the house, you have purchased the house. And if it is, what do you call it as, the second house should not be sold for 3 years. If you sell it, the exemption is revoked. That part is usually asked in the capital gain and it's easy. DT one-shot revision videos are there, compiler is there, practice batch is there. Take the benefit and prepare super well. Simple question of income from other sources. See now, if this is little technical, this is easy. So you solve question number 4B, but write precisely question number 4B. Preferably start each question on the new page. Now in question number 5, I always say this is very scoring. Set of rules you can remember in 30 minutes. One shot revision video is there जिसमें उसके set of के question answer problems everything is covered. So A bit set off. Okay, take it as the 6th head of income and prepare super duper well and attempt the question. Okay, B bit is your deductions where most emphasis is on ATC, ATD, ATTTA. Yeah, these are the series ATU which are repeatedly asked. It's not that you don't have to do others, but these are asked. Again in question number 6. Now this is all theory question. Last 2-3 exams, A bit and B bit, GST theory question is asked exclusively from chapter 1. What are the advantages of GST? How the GSTN network works, how the GST council works, and so on. So if you are good at writing theory, attempt this question. Question number 7 is again divided into A. A part is compulsory section 10 composition or derive the aggregate turnover and all. B part is registration, return, and in 7 marks also bitwise marks are there. Yeah, registration, return, GSTR 4 is for composition, 9A is annual return due date. Even the amendment lectures with the material I have posted. Yeah, so you can check up that also. Question number 7, A and B. And last one, question number 8. A bit is superb. On what all items you can claim input tax credit? In GST for ITC, you have section 16, 17, 18. You remember? So 18 is the simple interest. 16 is the procedure of ITC. 17 is blocked credit. On this, ITC will be allowed. On this, it will not be allowed. So that ITC part, you can get a question or sometimes value of supply. Here, along with section 10, even time of supply they are asking. Okay. And B part, as I said, is custom theory, rarely asked types of duties and all. But आप पढ़ के जाओ, types of duties are very important for MCQ. If not, then problem. Add less, you know, what is the value of the import goods and all. So I've just given you a trend. You can make up your mind. Okay, ma'am, I'll start with question number 3, A bit, because I am very good in house property. Okay, like that you can decide and do. Is this helpful to all of you? Yeah. So this is all about the paper pattern and ABC. Now, if you ask me, ma'am, what is important? Every head they are asking the question. Salary aega, house property aega, capital gain. You decide what you want to do in this best. What you have already prepared, better to revise that only for one shot. 2 minutes, I'm here. Shall we start with MTP-1? Any doubt anywhere or while preparing, you just click the picture and post your doubt to 92900655156. This is the WhatsApp doubt clearing number of concept classes. Save it. Don't call it. There are my all assistants who are working part-time with me. So every time someone will not be available to talk, but you can put a message and I'll surely reply. Straight, now we know the paper pattern and all. So let us start with the MTP-1 set of the DT and IDT. Okay, let us start with MCQs. Interest on company, there are some mistakes also, specifically in the MTP2 also. So please wait till end. Otherwise, same question you'll ask, ma'am, you have taught 9.5, they have taken 9. So maybe some printing error is also there. We'll check up and do the correction. Small thing, not sure. Interest on company deposit in Canada amounting to 30,000, out of which 1/3 is received in India. Again, residential status. ये भी पता है decided है, one residential status, one salary. Like if you check the question papers from 20 to 23, you can make up this. So 30,000, out of which 1/3 is received in India. So 10,000 will be taxable for all because it is received in India. Find out the income which is taxable to be taxed in India in case of non-resident. Yeah. So this deposit is in Canada. Non-resident Whatever is income received in India, that will be taxable for non-resident. Received deemed to be received, accrued deemed to accrue. So 10,000 is the answer. If you wish to solve MCQs on your own, pause the video and then check up. I can't say how much this is important. Every exam they are asking one MCQ on hostel allowance and all this, है ना? तो एक बार इसको बहुत अच्छे से करेंगे, right? Every time they are asking one question. How much is allowed education allowance? कितना exempt है 10, 14 में? 100 per month per child, maximum up to 2 children. 300 per month per child for hostel allowance. He has 3 children. So this is 1,000 per month. Not per child. 1,000 into 12. 12,000. And none of his children are studying. Okay. The taxable hostel allowance, if he opts for old regime. In the default tax regime, you don't have to allow any of these allowances. They are all fully taxable. But if he's going in the old regime, that's your normal old regime, even if children are not studying, but this is hostel expenditure. So hostel expenditure. If you go by the study material, there are many questions in MTP which are straight from the CMA study material. If the children are not studying, then what will be the taxable hostel expenditure? Full 10,000, 12,000. But if you go by the old regime, you get a deduction for 300 per month for 12 months for 2 children. Ma'am, why didn't you multiply into 3? Because this was into 3 only. Thoda MCQs mein I am going slow. 300 into 12 into 2. 7,200 will be exempt. Any doubt, then ask me. 4,800. Chalo. Share of the profit of Mr. A, who is partner, is exempt from tax or taxable as his business income, as salary, or income from other source. If you are a partner from firm and if you have received share of profit, it's exempt in section 10. Why? Because partnership firm is already paying 30% tax. So it is exempt. X incurred a loss of 90,000 from owning and maintaining horse races and received rent from 1,30,000. What will be the income from other sources if he has received rent for land? You know, when open plot is given on rent, it will be taxable in income from other sources. And owning and maintaining horse races se loss hai that you cannot set off here. That will be carried forward for 4 years to be set off in owning and maintaining horse races. So what will be your income here? 1,30,000. I hope speed is fine, and if you have any doubt, you can ask me now. Under old regime, the maximum amount of donation which can be accepted in cash is 2,000. 2,000 is the donation which you can accept in cash. M has won a government lottery and the state government should deduct tax 30%, right? So 30% is 30,000. List 1, Central Union List 1, Central Government has power of legislation on duties of custom, including export duty in the custom entry 83. Because entry 82 is your, entry 82 is DT or GST, but the custom is entry 83. Now, a supplier registered under GST in Meghalaya. Now see, very important is your topic. Someone was asking me, 2 seconds. If you ask me weightage wise, what is important? Mandatorily, you should study the topic called as composition scheme. Everything about composition scheme can be covered within 1 hour and it is very, very important. So composition scheme means you are not doing any output input, and up to 1.5 crore, 150 lakhs, you can go for composition. But there are 8 states which can go for composition only if their aggregate turnover is up to 75 lakhs. For others, the limit. See, I'm doing a very quick revision also for all of you. Yeah. So now this 8th MCQ ke liye, acha, I'm writing here. You can write it in your book itself to save time. Hope you have a printout, then write here. See how I have solved this also here only. ये जो calculation है हमने यहीं कर ली है. You can do it in your calculator, M plus and M minus, and you just have to write the main answer. Now for 3M states, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, plus 5 other states, I call them as NES2. Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, not Assam. Assam comes under normal. Sikkim, Tripura, and Uttarakhand. So these 8 states, the aggregate limit for opting for composition is 75 lakhs. For all the other states, it's this 1.5 crore, 150. I'm teaching you little extra in everything because now they have asked this, then they can ask this. And so many times they give Assam and student take A for Assam nahi hai, A for Arunachal Pradesh. Okay? 3 M's, Manipur, Meghalaya, Mizoram, Nagaland, Arunachal Pradesh, Sikkim, Tripura, and Uttarakhand. Which of the following activity is neither a supply of service nor a supply of the goods? Works, contract, construction, services of funeral, burial, renting of immovable property to service hai. Works contract bhi service hai. Construction of complex to exempt. Service of funeral, it's neither supply of goods nor services because it is exempt in Schedule 3. Hope you remember 3 schedules we have studied in the chargeability section. Yeah? Section 7 जो supply का definition किया था वहां पे. Schedule 1 was deemed supply. Schedule 2 is this supply of goods or services? And Schedule 3 is exempted supply. Please write in exam in the descriptive question Schedule 3 of the CGST Act 2017. Under GST, the late fees which is charged for yoga camp by the trust is taxable, exempt. Yoga is considered under the medicinal thing, so it is exempt. Reiki and all that is not, but yoga comes under naturopathy, very well exempt. Nice, no, MCQs are really good. Hope you are following all of them and my explanation is clear. Still, if you have any doubt, you can comment. And if it is very clear also, you can comment. Aja. Which of the following categories of person shall be required to be registered irrespective of the size of the turnover? Generally, registration is required 20 lakhs and for some states 40 lakhs and for some states 10 lakhs. Person who are required to pay tax under RCM, non-resident taxable person NRTP, and input service distributor who opts for services and then give it to its branches. All the 3 are covered under section 24 mandatory registration. Section 24 mandatory registration. Okay. Invoice shall be prepared in dash in case of taxable supply of goods 3 copies. Original for the recipient, duplicate for the transporter, and triplicate for us. And in case of services 2 because there is no goods. Aajao. Dash means goods other than imported goods transported in a vessel from one part in India to another. Okay. Dash goods other than the imported goods, within India. You're going from Varanasi to Kolkata or Kandla to Vizag, like that. Prohibited goods, coastal goods, transit, transshipment तो बाहर से आते हैं और फिर बाहर जाते हैं इंडिया से. So these are coastal goods. Okay, right. Acha, in customs they will give you the currency conversion rate of RBI, of the Foreign Dealers Association, and one more, RBI, Foreign Dealers, CIBIC. So you have to take the exchange rate of RBI. Oh, sorry, CIBIC. CIBIC we will take. Okay. CIBIC is Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. So an importer has imported a machine for 10,000. Rate of exchange in RBI is given. Rate of exchange by CIBIC is given. You have to take the CIBIC rate. So $10,000 per dollar rate, this will be the value. If the goods are received in lot, ITC can be claimed only when you receive the last lot. All this is given in section 16 of the CGST Act. Section 17 talks about blocked credit. Section 18 talks about interest and all. Nee, interest is 50. 18 mein aur, that's like ITC. 18 is procedural. If you shift from composition to normal, normal to composition, that. Interest is section 50. Yeah. So here we complete with all the MCQs, and now we are starting with the descriptive questions. Yeah. Lot of chapter wise exams I have taken and suggested answer, and the paper discussion also I have given. Okay. Right. Many students, they are sticking to YouTube, and it's really good. Only by watching one shot also you can clear the group. But I feel when you download the app and you do systematic learning, you can go for laptop or for mobile, whatever it suits, iOS, Android. But then you do systematic study. No ads are there, and lot of things will go systematic. And important thing, I don't know, you can comment below. Keep Dipti ma'am, we don't agree with you here. When you spend the money, no, you yourself are more committed to take the benefit. If everything is free in YouTube, you yourself will not study seriously. It's a minus point for me also, for you also. Yeah. Briefly analyze assessment here with the help of an example. Discuss the exception to the rule where previous year and assessment. You remember 5 cases when a person is leaving India. Previous year is the 23-24 year when you earn the income. This income is assessed in the next year, and you pay the tax in the next year. You file your return in next year, 24-25. And 5 cases we have already discussed. Theory question I can skip. These classes are little exhausting because morning also it was a 3 hours class. So I need cooperation from all of you for theory question, because we have done this. Abhi, I have just completed the morning residential status and house property. 3 classes, house property will be done in case if you have not done, and there's no change in the next financial year also. Aajo. X is working 30 years and 9 months. The salary structure is given to you, basic and all, and you have to compute. So basic is 5,000. Acha, DA, nothing given. We should take that DA is a part. Yeah. So basic salary is say 5,000 and DA is 3,000. So 8,000. Okay. Now on 15 December 23, she died, Mrs. X. Discuss the treatment of gratuity. Mrs. X retired on 10-12-23 and gratuity 4 lakh was received by husband. See, very beautiful question, but little twist and nice one. 10th of December 2023, she retired. 15, she died. So before the death only she retired. So whatever gratuity, it will be taxable in her hands. But then it is actually received when she is deceased. So it will be taxable in the hands of husband. Yeah. Husband of Mrs. X received gratuity in 1812 after the death. After the death, if gratuity is received by husband and it was not pre-decided, then it's not taxable in the hands of husband. But before she died only, she retired and she was decided to give gratuity, only received, then gratuity will be exempt. How? Total gratuity received is 4 lakh. Actual gratuity received is 4 lakh. Government limit is 20 lakhs. And we assume that she's covered under Payment of Gratuity Act. And how many years she has worked? 30 years and 9 months. So completed years we will take, including the fraction, 31 years. So 15 by 26, half month salary. If she was not covered, we would have taken 15 by 30 and into 30. If she is not covered under Gratuity Act, ignore the fraction. Here, take it. Right? So like this, least will be exempt. I again want to repeat, after her death, if gratuity is received by husband, it's not taxable. But before the death only, she retired. She was supposed to receive the gratuity, only amount was transferred afterward in the hands of husband. It will be taxable. I mean, say she is like due to receive now, so it will be taxable in her hands only. Tax will be paid by husband as representative assessor. All clear? Chalo. Next, third question. House property. Did you get one residential status, one salary, one house property, then business head, then capital gain? It will go on like this one. It is very easy. There are two equal dimension unit. One is self-occupied and unit 2 is let out for 9 months. Remaining 3 months it was self-occupied. Compute the taxable income and they have given everything for the whole property. Municipal taxes are 10% but only 60% is paid by SSE. वो भी उसका half will be deducted in the let out part. Interest on loan and expenditure for repairs is not required. So first you divide it into two parts. Self-occupied mein only interest is allowed because she is filing her return. He, not she, is filing the return in old regime. If you file your return in default tax regime, self-occupied property interest is not allowed. But here it is allowed. It is allowed. How much interest is there? 40. Half will be allowed. Half will be allowed. There, half here. Now, please check. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher. So 2 lakh. This or 3 lakh, whichever is lower. So 2 lakh. 2 lakh ka 50%. So what is your GAV? 1 lakh. Same way, what is the municipal tax? 10% of 2 lakh, 20,000. Half of that, 20,000. Why half? Because half only was let out. So 10,000. Acha, 10,000 maybe SSE has paid only 60%. So 6,000. 94. GAV less municipal taxes, NAV's 30% is the standard deduction. So you can deduct and you get. Acha, you can set off this also. House property 1 unit, there is a loss. House property 2, there's a profit. You can set off. Okay, right. All workings are given. It's a very easy problem. Now business head. MTP2, they have given nice question of add and less, right? But here it is. X & Co, a firm is engaged in the business of trading of clothes. Turnover of 2023-24 being 157,80,000, out of which 25 lakhs has been received in account payee check. Okay, right? So this is for that 4480. Turnover is 157, है ना? So if your turnover is less than 2 crore, can you go for 4480? One which is received by check, 6% of the turnover you show as net profit. And other cases, 8% of the net profit you can show. Yeah. Now, it wants to claim deductions. Salary and interest to partners, salary to employees, depreciation, cost of material, other expenses, and then show the net profit. Okay, this is as per books. Determine the net income of X, assuming that taxable interest is 90,000, long-term capital gain, and firm is eligible for ATG. अच्छा, बाकी सब भी दिया है. So you have to calculate the net income under both the options. Huh? So same detail what I taught you now, ki 2 crore and all. Okay. 2 crore tak they can show the profit. How? On 25 lakhs 6%, remaining turnover 8%, and long-term capital gain and all, and then deductions, and this is your income. This part is same. Or you can take income as per books. So it is assumed that all the expenditure, they just said show the net income. They didn't say which one he should opt. So no need to conclude. Actually, if they ask you to conclude, it's better not to maintain the books and go for 44 AD. But just they said calculate the income in the two. So do that and it's done. Okay, now Sunil has a property. See, I'm just checking the suggested answer to save time. Honestly, it should have been on the left hand side. We can solve it also. Right? So, which one will be comfortable to you? The way I'm explaining, or you want me to solve it? But I'll not solve it in the notebook. I'll solve it here so that you have the question with you together. है ना? ठीक है? चलो. Sunil has a house property which was acquired in 1995. So you have to take the FMV of 2001. He incurred improvement in 16th August 2000. Okay. For 70,000. Ignore that. First April 2001 के पहले, whatever is improvement, ignore it, because you are taking the fair market value of the 2001. So that definitely includes all. Okay. 50,000 is the improvement in 2010. That we will take 2010. FMV of the property is 450. So cost or FMV, whichever is higher. If you take the cost in 2001, you have to multiply with index and all. On 16th August 2013, such property is compulsory acquired by government. But you can't pay the capital gain in 2013. When the property is compulsory acquired, indexation will be till 2013. But you have to pay the tax in the year when the government gives you money. So 20% of the compensation received on March 2024 and the balance on 2nd June 2024. Is this clear to all of you? Yeah. Just pause and check 1 minute. I'll be back. Thank you for waiting. Chalo. So I hope clear once again, when this property is sold 2013 to government, but government didn't pay you the consideration only, right? So government decided and they didn't pay the consideration and all. So 20% of the compensation is received on 31st March 24 and balance on 2nd June. Okay. So 11 lakh 50 का 20% is received on March 24. Okay. Once the consideration is decided and received in the March 24, though 20% the whole amount will be taxable here. Okay, right? So 11 lakh 50,000 will be taxable in 23-24. See, 4,50,000 fair market value. Now look here, point number 4. Even though we are paying capital gain now, we are not taking 348 as index. Indexation will always be till the year it is sold. Yeah. Any doubt here? Pucho? Yeah. 100 has become 220. So 4,50,000 fair market value is how much? Cross multiply, you get the answer. And 50,000. Cost of improvement before 1st April 2001 is to be ignored. Right? And you get the answer. Please do it on your own. Calculations are very simple. My emphasis is only on the point where you are specifically stuck up. Okay? Chalo. Now what did they say ahead of it? On further appeal, it was declared that 2 lakh more they will get. Okay? 2 lakh is called as enhanced compensation. Enhanced compensation will be taxable in the year when you receive it. So when did you receive enhanced compensation? August 24. So it will be taxable in 24-25. Expenditure for enhanced compensation is deductible and cost is nil. Okay, right? Cost is nil. See, it's declared in August 24, but such compensation is received in 25. So you will tax it in 25, in the year when it is received, not when the year when it is declared. So 2 lakh is received as additional compensation. 11,000 is the expenditure, 189. And in additional compensation, the cost is nil. And everything will be taxable as long term because the whole cost you have deducted here. It's a very nice question. Either this can be asked compulsory acquisition or section 54. Sell the house, buy the house and all. Okay, right. Next. This is income from other sources. Very easy, straight you have to compute the income. Private tuition fees received, taxable. Winning from lottery, taxable. Award from KBC. In income from other sources, if income is netted, you have to gross it up. Okay. Pension received from deceased husband. Family pension में exempt है 1/3 or 15,000. So 25,000 का 1/3 is 8,333 will be exempt and minus 25,000, 16,667 will be taxable. Interest on bank FD. Okay. So what is the total income? See, if capital gain was little time consuming, this is easy. Somewhere they will offset always. 373. Okay. More two incomes are there. Director's fees wo bhi add kar do. And when you let out the vacant land, it's going to be taxable here. So what is the total income in my calculator? And here it's the same answer. 4,03,667. Straight question. What is new for all of you? Family pension. Family pension deduction will be allowed in both the regime. Old regime also, new regime. Even standard deduction in salary. Be careful about this point. दोनों जगह अलाउ होगा. चलो. Set off वाला question. Examine and advise बोला regarding house property loss, salary income, other source there is loss, and income from lottery. Okay. Now, Salary में you can set off the house property loss. Okay. And remaining house property loss will be carried forward. House property loss to be carried forward. House property loss you can set off in the salary, or other source you can set off in salary. Anything. Then this house property loss will be carried forward, and other source loss can be carried forward 10,000. So anyhow you can set off. In short, the emphasis here is 3,50,000. 3,50,000. You will not set off anywhere. Income from lottery straight taxable होगा ये देखो. Salaries and house property winning from lotteries. So 3,50,000 to tax होगा. In casual income, you cannot set off any losses. You cannot take basic exemption. You cannot show, ma'am, lottery से related थोड़ा expense है वो तो allow करो, नहीं मिलता. Earlier losses, no. And now house property loss you have to carry forward, and income from other sources. You have tried to set off in salary, but still there is a loss. Okay. Income from other sources, sorry, you cannot carry forward income from other sources. You can carry forward house property, business head and capital gain. You cannot carry forward income from other sources. तो other source में अगर loss है तो वो पहले set off करो, because you cannot carry forward. Okay. Though loss under head income from other source, and such loss should be adjusted with the head salary only to the extent 80,000. Still remaining 10,000 cannot be carried forward. Okay. Right. Now, in old regime, profits and gains from business, income from house property, income from other source, rent of the office, rent paid in residence. Straight this question is for deduction, 80 GG. When you pay rent of the house. See, if you are paying rent and you are getting HRA, you are deducting under section 1013A. But here, where you will deduct, right? Okay. So here, you will deduct it. I know some of you are like preparing other subjects and then thinking, save this link in some your own WhatsApp notes so that you can refer it later. Of course, you can ask me. Ma'am, can I ask you some doubts later also? Yes, you can. Chalo. So what is new in this? ये तो सब ठीक है, common ही है. These three things, and rent of the office you cannot deduct anywhere. So from your gross total income, 80 GG you have to decide, because if you are having business and you are also paying rent, definitely you can deduct it. How much and where can you deduct? The rent paid, where you can deduct. How much is the rent paid, by the way? 1,20,000. So there are three bits to it. 5,000 into 12, 25% of the adjusted total income, and rent paid minus 10% of the rent paid is 120. Minus 10% of adjusted total income. Least is deductible. But now how to calculate adjusted total income? For 80G donation and for 80GG. Okay. The adjusted total incomes definition. It will include all the incomes except your capital gain. So here you have profits from business, 8 lakh. House property, 40, and others is 50. In total income, if you have capital gain, that will not be a part of the adjusted total income. Of course, capital gain is a part of gross total income, but it will not be the part of adjusted total income. Okay? Right. So, आ जाओ here, and 850 पूरा ही ले लिया आपने. 25% of the adjusted total income, 5,000 into 12, or 120 into 10% of this. ठीक है, 34. and all. I said initially only where I discussed the ABC analysis and paper pattern, make a comparative table of DT and IDT and matlab this make a comparison between DT and IDT. ठीक है? That is very basic. We all know DT you paid out of your pocket, IT goes indirectly. This is progressive in nature, that's regressive and all. And what are the benefits of GST to industry, central government, state government, consumers? This please read and do it. If you're good at theory, surely you can attempt this. Okay? Right. Now, aggregate turnover, one question definitely come from chapter 3. हाँ? तो या तो सेक्शन 9 से आएगा RCM या सेक्शन 10 से आएगा compositions. Discuss with reason the person who is liable to pay GST assuming the recipient is in the taxable territory. Rental income received by the West Bengal state government from renting of immovable property to ABC Limited. Oh, whenever the government is giving the property on rent on RCM basis, who should pay the tax? ABC Limited. Legal fees paid to Mr. A by XYZ Trading Company having a turnover of 49 lakhs. Is the legal fees received by advocate or senior advocate by a registered person? Of course, 49 lakhs अगर उसका turnover है, 40 lakhs से above तो registered है, तो who will pay the tax under RCM? XYZ. X receives advance payment for providing services. Of course, it is taxable. If X receives advance payment for goods, on advance payment for goods, there is no tax. But for advance payment of services, definitely there is tax. P&Co, a partnership firm, provides security service to RT Limited, registered under GST. Okay. Partnership firm is providing security service to a company which is registered. Okay. For security services, RT Limited. So this is all a question based on RCM. Yeah. A notification number and entry number and okay, but you can write section 9. So here ABC Limited will pay the tax. Advocate is giving services, so here XYZ will pay the tax. X is required to pay the tax on advance money for services. Huh? It's not advance for goods. Security services provided by security personnel provided by any person other than body corporate to a registered person is liable. So here partnership firm is paying the giving the security service to a company. So company will pay the tax on RCM basis. We have discussed and then we have checked whether it is all clear or not. Okay, right. Certain goods are sent on approval basis. Immediately, it's a time of supply question, section 12. Whenever the goods are given on approval basis, then the time of supply, that's the time when you should charge GST, is the date when you accept it, when the recipient accept it. If not, 6 months from the date of supply. See, from the date of supply, 6 months tak neither you have returned nor you are accepting, it's assumed. So supply gets confirmed. You supplied on 22nd April. And August you accepted. So August will be the date. Up 22nd April say 6 months are over. 22nd April say 6 months. 22, 4 say 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah. 22nd October will be the date. Okay. October. If you have given the invoice in November, then 22nd October only will be the time of supply because 6 months are over. See, as per section 12 of the CGST Act, as per section this of the CGST Act, right to impress. Time of supply should be earlier of date of issuance invoice and last day when invoice is required to be issued, or 6 months. So in the first case, before 6 months only you accepted 20th August. So that's the day when invoice is to be issued. Now in case 2, the confirmation of supply had happened after 6 months from the date of removal, after 6 months from the date of removal. The period of 6 months expired on 21st October. The period of the 6 months expired on 21st October. 22nd it is. It's like 6 months period. You don't have to count in days. So they have given 21st. I don't know why, but it's exactly 6 months. वो day wise calculation की जरूरत नहीं है. And you can take 22nd October. Hence the invoice was required to be issued. Since invoice was not issued on November, actual date of invoice is after the last date. So time of supply will be 22nd October. I feel it should be 22nd because there's no number of days and all here. So from the date when I have supplied the goods, that is 22nd April, it should be 22nd October, not 21st. What are the due dates of the GSTR 1? The 10th and 3B by 28th and 4 custom. GSTR 1. This is for your sales. And if you are gone for quarterly return and monthly payment by 11th of the next month and after 13th of the quarter, right? Okay. And for others, GSTR 3B. These states you need not write on. They have given quite in long. GSTR 3B by 20th of the next month. अब northeastern states में वो हैं, all that you need not write. It was a simple theory question, you can do. Last one is customs. Basic duty is given, quantity imported is given, basic custom duty, and including the custom, what is value on that you have to charge GST. Anti-dumping duty, yeah, anti-dumping duty hai, so the difference is added, the accessible value, and see, you have imported at 12 lakh, but genuinely the value should have been 15 lakhs. That difference is treated as anti-dumping duty. But for that, you have to see that 50 per kg US dollars, the anti-dumping duty is given. 50 per kg. Difference between the cost calculated at. So 500 kgs if you have imported at 50 per kg into 70. I hope you all are getting 500 kg at US dollar 50 per kg into 70. This is the market value. If you have imported at low price, the difference is the anti-dumping duty. So it's a very, very easy question. My suggestion to check the 4 hours single video playlist is there. You can check up and prepare for custom. Accessible value is given. Basic custom duty will always be on accessible value. And on accessible value, always 10% this cess is what you have to charge. Okay? Right. Okay, so you are getting the imported value this. Now, anti-dumping duty ke liye 50 into 500 into 70. So it's coming to 17,50,000 is the value as per anti-dumping duty. And as per our value plus custom and the basic SWS is coming to this. So the difference between 1750 and 14 lakhs is treated as anti-dumping duty, and you have to charge the GST on the value as per anti-dumping duty, which indirectly includes the basic custom duty and the surcharge also. Okay? So on this value you have to charge IGST and tax. That's all for your MTP-1. Please comment below if you have any doubt. I've already recorded 4 hours, 5 hours DT marathon 1 and 2. and all one-shot revision videos are also available. Check it if you have any doubt. Customs also, one playlist is there. GST, value of supply, time of supply, place of supply. Simple topics are all covered in one single go. Okay? And still, if you have any doubt in these MTP solving, you can always ask. Okay, just a very quick 2 minutes break and then we will start with our MTP2. MTP2 करेंगे इसके बाद. That also I'll start with MCQ. Okay, 2 minutes. You also take a break. I'll also be back and then we will continue. This is the 5th hour I have completed today non-stop. And you know, routine classes, we get time to, what do you say? Give a break. ये आज ही मैंने house property, I taught pre-construction interest. I said, okay, take, write down and I will also get a break. But that's not the quiz of MTP. 2 minutes. Just we will continue with MTP2. That's having very good questions. All right. Ready to go? Chalo. We will check up now the MTP-2. June 24 exam, sure. MCQ to bhi to karenge na? Rest all in the routine class, so we have discussed the June 24 exam paper. ठीक है. Yeah. Vijay being a government employee has a car of 1.7 liter, that is the greater capacity wala car. ठीक है? Used for office as well as for personal purpose both. During the year, he incurred 40,000 on maintenance and 20,000 on driver's salary. The entire cost is reimbursed by the employer. But Mr. Vijay, government employee, has a car. So who is the owner of the car? Employee. If owner also employer, expense also employer, then 2,400. Or chauffeur car 900, because the car's capacity is more than 1.7 liter. Right? Okay. But here it is that car is owned by employee and only the expenditure is incurred by the employer, 40 and 20. So whatever expenditure is incurred by employer for employee should all be perquisite, but it is used for personal and official purpose both. So out of the 60,000 expenditure incurred by employer, 2,400 per month plus 900 for the chauffeur. 3,300 into 12. 39,600 will be exempt. This is the third bit. 20,400. Listen, dear students, this is the third bit. The first one was 1,800 if the capacity is less than 1.6, or 2,400 and 900 for chauffeur. That was the first one. Second case, it was 600 and 900. Third, because the car is owned by employee, expenditure by employer, this is the case. ठीक है? Right. Brought forward loss for house property, 3,10,000. Okay, is allowed to be set off against income from house property of 5 lakh. ठीक है? House property loss cannot be set off with other heads more than 2 lakh in old regime, and new regime, so it cannot be. But in the same house property, can you set off in the 5 lakhs income full 3,10,000? Yes, not up to 2 lakh. This is a confusing point, so they are asking like this. Clear to all of you, or you want me to repeat? Thank you. Chalo. Are a person of Indian origin visited India on 3rd October 23 and plans to stay for 185 continuous days. During 4 preceding year, he was in India for 75 days. Earlier to this, he never came to India. His total income, other than the foreign income during the previous year, is 20 lakhs. Yeah, this is that case. See, a person of Indian origin staying abroad, coming to visit India, can be resident only if he is in India for 182 days or more. Second basic condition is not applicable. So how many days he was in India? He came on 3rd October. The day you come also is taken. So in October, we will take 29 days and not 28. Third bhi lenge, 31st. October, November, December, like this you do it in your calculate. November, December, January, February and March. It's coming that he is in India for 180 days. So he's not satisfying the first basic condition. Basic condition is the income in India exceeding more than 20 lakhs? Yes. Is he in India for more than 120 days? Yes. He is treated as resident but not ordinary resident. Don't confuse this with the concept of deemed resident. No. But definitely you can take it here like this. Okay. Once again, is he of Indian origin? Yes. Is he staying abroad and come to visit India? Yes. In India, is his total income above 15 lakhs? Yes. Is he there in India for more than 120 days? Yes. Then he is resident and ordinary resident. Maximum deduction under 80GG, 5,000 per month. MTP-1 में भी किया. Assessment has not been completed. Revised return can be filed 9 months from the end of the year till December 24. 9 months. Correct? Right? Chalo. Next. Easy there. The rate of TDS for debentures will be 5%. Debenture interest. Alcoholic liquor for human consumption, this is not subject to GST, but subject to state excise duty. Yes, CST and VAT, both A and B and GST. GST nahi lagega isme. So the answer here will be A and B both. Identify from the following services which are covered under RCM. Legal consultancy, GTA, manpower, renter, cab. All it should be. Huh? Legal consistency mein the registered person who is taking service will pay the tax. GTA mein both. GTA can also pay, they can also pay. Manpower supply. Oh, this is manpower. Really sorry. Then not this. That was security supply, not manpower specifically. And rent a cab covered under both. Forward also, sometimes RCM also. So the answer is 1 and 2 for sure. Okay, chalo. Services by way of admission to that is not exempt. Museum, National Park, Tiger Reserve is exempt. And services to recognize sport event where admission ticket is exceeding 500, 600, so it's not exempt. Time limit to pay the value of supply with taxes to the supplier to avail ITC. Oh, section 16 says when you purchase the goods and you want to claim the ITC, you should pay to the supplier at least within 180 days. Otherwise, ITC will be reversed. Again, you can avail when you take it. S. An unregistered person is traveling from Delhi to Kanpur in a train. The train starts in Delhi and before reaching Kanpur, it stops at Aligarh and some other station. Okay. S buys the dinner on board the train. And items were loaded in train in Aligarh. So wherever the items were put up, that's the place of supply and you have to charge GST. Place of supply is the place where you can charge GST because that's the place when goods were loaded in the train. Had it been a flight from Delhi to Kanpur, suppose it is passing via Uttar Pradesh and beach mein in between the flight you order the food, then it will be the place of supply will be New Delhi, the place where flight started, followed or not, because the flight is not going to stop. But here it is train, so definitely where the goods are loaded. Kahan load kiye the? Aligarh. So Aligarh is the answer. Subhash and company registered person supplied taxable goods to unregistered person. Unregistered person who is having amount less than 200, and if they don't wish, we can skip giving them invoice. So if the value of the goods given to the recipient does not exceed 150, he can skip. 600 or 1200, 2000 ko mandatory dena padega. Tax invoice is not required to be issued to consumer who is unregistered, whose supply is less than 200. So here it was 120. So we exempt. Easy. Time limit for filing a refund claim. Okay. From the relevant date. Okay. So refund claim, you can make it for 2 years. Rarely asked question. Basic custom duty on imported good is levied as per first schedule of custom or second? First schedule. First schedule is giving the rates of the basic custom duty. and then all the rates are given in the second schedule. Which of the following is taxable event for अरे इतने मतलब ये सब आपको it will be very clear if you check 4 hours lecture. कस्टम का पूरा एक लेक्चर है, वो देख लो. Which of the following is taxable event for imported goods? Date of the presentation of the bill, date of entry in the Indian territorial waters, unloading of the imported goods, and date on which the goods cross custom barrier. Presentation of the bill of entry और Indian territorial waters में जब enter हुए, या unloading or date on which you cross the custom barriers. That's the date when you have imported the goods. So that's all for all the MCQs. Again, I'm saying, please go back and check the paper pattern. One is residential status, one is salary, one is house property, one is capital gain. So you can make a very beautiful choice for the exam. Okay, right. Joshi discloses his income earned during financial year. Okay, in all the 3 columns, same problem we have solved. Naam bhi same hai. German bonds and all. 1/6 is received in India. So 30,000 ka 1/6. 5,000 will be taxable for all. Remaining 25 will be taxable for the first one. I think directly I'll check the answer. Ye bahut easy hai. 1/6 is received by all. Remaining bill. Resident and ordinary resident, all the 6 cases, world income. Non-resident will pay the tax in India in 4 cases. Income received in India, deemed to receive, accrued, deemed to receive. And resident but not of 5 cases. First 4 are the same. I'm just revising that table for all of you. 5th one is, if business is set up outside India, income accrued outside India, received outside India, but business is controlled from India. 1.5 hours is over. Still more half an hour is required. Keep commenting even if you're watching as recording. It will really give a boost to this video. And it's going to be very helpful because both the MTPs are solved together. And the earlier, all the MTPs of last 4 exam from December 22, June 23, December 23, they're all solved in playlist. If you want to check the earlier MTPs for practice, do it with the live video, you will do it faster. Okay? Chalo. Next is income. I'm just directly checking the answer because it's very easy. Income from house property in India, no, taxable for all. Income from agricultural income in America, but it's received in India, taxable for all. Income from business in Canada, controlled in India, taxable only in first 2 cases. Yes, yes, no. Residential status, please trust me and revise 1 hour, 1 short revision video. It's going to be very helpful. 1 shot may I have given you exactly the pointers which you have to be alert, which you have to remember, right? Income from business in Singapore but controlled from Singapore. Okay. Only the resident, and then you get the taxable income. Salary problem, I don't know why they have made so many columns. I feel this presentation is also not good and there is a mistake also here. Okay. You can make only 2 columns and rest all in the working. Ajo, but it's a nice problem. We'll check everything. Basic is 15,000 per month. DA is 60%. So basic is 15,000, 1,80,000. DA 60% of the basic. Next. DA हो गया. DA forming part of salary. हाँ कुछ नहीं दिया. Medical allowance is 6,000 per month. Straight taxable medical allowance. Ma'am, something is given actual and all. Confuse करने के लिए कुछ नहीं लेना. HRA 6,000 and she's paying rent 7,200. This you will work in inner column or better in working. HRA received is 70,000. Least is deductible under section 1013A. Actual HRA rent paid minus 10% of the salary and 40% of the salary. What do you mean by salary? Basic and DA. Nothing given. It's always that DA is forming part of the salary. Okay? So the least is coming to 57,600 and remaining 14,400 is taxable. City compensatory allowance also pura taxable hoga. She owns a car which she is using for official purpose and her employer is giving her 3,000 per month. It's only for official purpose, and if employer is giving the money, nothing is taxable. Motor car is a perquisitive, partly used for business and partly personal. If motor car, laptop and computer is given by employer and it's used for official purpose, so nothing is taxable, exempt. She's contributing 2,100 per month. Employer is also contributing same. Interest is 11%. So here interest, there is mistake. Interest is 2,200 as 11%. Exempt is 9%. Interest is exempt, not 9%. So 2,200 into 9.5 divide by 11. Exempt is 1,900. Please change the answer. It's 1,900. And so taxable will, I'm also changing here. Taxable will be 300. And how much they have contributed to the RPF? 2,100, even employer. But employer can contribute how much? 12% of the basic and DA. So now see. Actually, I could have solved it there and then do the total and show you. I'm doing by way of ticking because your time, my time, both is important. But अगर वैसे करना है तो वैसे भी कर सकते हैं. Please suggest costing also. We are going to solve MTP. Share this with more people who want to go fearless for taxation exam. बिल्कुल ये करना है. Employers contribution. Once again, please read because we took a break. फिर से पढ़ो. Employer has contributed 2,100 into 12. 25,200 employer. But he can contribute 12% of basic and DA. Basic and DA का total ये रहा 180 plus 1,08,000. 2,88,000. Now 288 into 12%. Hope you all have a printout so you can do the correction. Is 34,560 actually. So employer can contribute up to 12% of basic DA. They have to contributed less only to exempt. Only printing mistake is here. Interest on recognized provident fund, they have to exempt 9%. It's 9.5%. So 100 rupees come hoga. Standard deduction is same 50,000 and 1,800 is the profession tax. Okay, right. For profession tax also, I'll tell you one thing. She has paid profession tax 1,800 deducted. Profession tax paid by employer. They have not considered. Actually, the correct presentation is we should answer will not change. But if the employer has contributed, we should add also and we should deduct also. So I hope you are getting the answer will be same. Now calculate the taxable salary. 180 plus DA 1,08,000. Medical allowances are fully taxable. City compensatory allowance, all. HRA 276,100. No, why the total is differing? 180 तो ठीक है. So many columns you should not make. Working note कर लेना चाहिए उससे अच्छा. 1,08,000, 7,200, 18,000 and 14,400. These are all allowances. Plus the basic salary 180. 327 plus 300. 327,900 minus 51,800. 276,100. Why the answer is differing so much? Are you all also doing the total? एक बार फिर से करते हैं. 180 तो है बेसिक सैलरी. DA 1,08,000, 7,200 plus 18,000 plus 14,400. 147,600. ठीक है. Employer's contribution is exempt and this is taxable 300. So it's coming 327,900 and minus 51,800. So 276,100. I don't know what total they have, but this is the correct answer. Please do the correction, all of you. Gross salary printed in many places, lot of presentation difference are there, but you can do the correction. ठीक है? चलो. So what mistake was there? Interest of recognized provident fund is exempt up to 9.5%. Next question I'm going, it's very easy for house property. They have two house property, fair rent, municipal value, all is given. Unrealized rent, you have to deduct it from the actual rent receivable. And municipal tax is 10%, fire insurance, repairs and all. Okay, right. It's very easy. Unrealized rent you have to deduct. Here also there's a mistake. Unrealized rent you have to deduct it from the actual rent receivable. Right? Okay. So better we should solve it here. Fair value whichever is higher. So 1 lakh. That or standard rent whichever is lower. So 90,000. And actual rent is 1 lakh minus 8,092. So whichever is higher. So GAV will be 92 GAV. Less municipal taxes 10% of this. So 10,000. Municipal tax of house 1 is not paid. So we will not deduct the municipal tax and directly will take NAV. 92,000. Uska 30% is standard deduction. And then fire repair ये सब नहीं होगा. Interest on loan 10,000. Of course you can deduct 10,000. Oh, yeah, 10,000. So what is the income? 54,400. एक बार check करो answer. Question number 3A. 54,400 is the answer. ठीक है? Right. Now, Second house. Fair rent or municipal value, whichever is higher, so 210. That or standard rent, whichever is lower, so 2 lakh. That or actual rent minus unrealized rent. So anyhow, this is low. Unrealized rent is to be deducted from the third step, actual rent receivable. So we'll take 2 lakh only. 2 lakh ही ले लेंगे हम. ठीक है? Right. 2 lakh is the this. Now municipal tax is half paid by tenant. 500. 2 lakh में half paid by tenant. So only 500. 199 500. 199 500 का 30% standard deduction. 59 850. And then interest. 139 650 is the final answer. 139 650 and then total. Easy. What new you have learnt is actual rent receivable में से ही minus होगा. Okay, right. So hope the way we have solved it is clear. Here only I have solved. And if you don't take the unrealized rent from actual rent receivable, the answer will differ. Municipal tax is deductible only if paid by owner. I hope in a very brief way, but very clearly you have revised all the provisions of house property. Now this is a good problem of 7 months. Business head. Calculate the gross total income. Now somewhere for 7 marks, if you feel, ma'am, this problem is lengthy, first of all, it's a model paper for practice. So they'll give more adjustment. Second is somewhere other source set off बहुत easy problem भी हैं आगे. So let us check. Gross total income is given. Interest on debentures is taxable in other source. House property taxable above. So you have to deduct this both. Here interest, repairs, insurance, law charges, labor welfare, subscription. Yeah. So with this, always my habit is to start with the net profit. I'm going to solve it here. 1,30,000 में से I will straight check the credit side first and deduct 10,000 and 36,000 less. Now, interest include 200 on interest on loan taken for purchasing debentures and 300 taken for construction of house property. So interest you have minus here 10,000, but in other source, how much interest will be taxable in other source? 9,800. Of course, from debenture interest received, you can deduct interest paid. And house property, how much is the rental income? 36,000. That we will compute. You know, you have to start with house property, then business led. Add less के लिए मैंने बहुत सारे total income के problem किए हैं. Yeah. आ जाओ. Expenses relating to house property let out are 40% for repairs. तो यहाँ पे जो repairs है ना 2,200, in that 40% will be disallowed. 40% will be disallowed. Add back because it's repairs for house property, and don't deduct in house property. We are giving standard deduction. Depreciation includes 1,200 for the house. So out of total depreciation, add back 1,200. I'm just writing the figures. My concentration is on explanation. पीछे आंसर देख लेंगे. Compensation was paid to employee who was dismissed. Okay, allowed. Insurance include 30% higher fire insurance of the house property. 4,200 में 30% घर का insurance है. Add back, not allowed, disallowed. It's not business related expense. and 30% workers के लिए allowed. Balance 40% is life insurance. Life insurance is a personal expense, 80 से deduction. So out of insurance 4,200, 40%, which is LIC, add back 1680. 1680. Law charges include 2,000 for filing of petition and all allowed. अब कुछ legal consequence हुए तो you have to pay the law charges. Subscription include 2,000 given for election purpose to political party, not allowed. Donations are not allowed in subscription. So this is add, this is less. Now, amount not debited in the P&L, but for festival you have incurred 800 expenditure. Of course allowed. Diwali, Dashera. Theft of the cash, loss, theft, of course allowed. You didn't deduct, now deducted. New telephone connection, of course allowed, deducted. So just first check whether you're getting business income correctly. Minus 10,000, minus 36. करो ना आप भी total. You can do tick with the answer also at the behind. Business income is coming to 87,020 आ गया. Yay! And house property income is so very easy. 36,000 standard deduction and that interest. And business income you very well got it correctly. कितना confusing way में दिया है ना. And there is no bold also कि okay this should be bolded. But I hope clear the way I have worked it. Concentration के साथ whatever expenditure are allowed and not deducted, deduct. I call this as garbage. This is related to other head, deduct. Whatever expenditure is disallowed, add back. Yeah. And see, fire insurance for the house and all we have disallowed in business head. Doesn't mean you deduct in house property. In house property for repairs for fire insurance, you are already taking 30% standard deduction. Yeah. So like this, you will get the answer. And income from other sources was very clear, debentures. So you got the answer. Everything is written in note. Political party, when you give donations, it's not allowed as business expenditure. Definitely you can deduct in 80 GGC. Okay. Question number 4A. It's very nice. It's a question that when you have one house, you can buy another house. But if you buy third house, then this exemption will be revoked. Sell anything and buy a house and hold that house for 3 years. And for 3 years, you should not have more than 2 houses. If you have whatever exemption you have, revocation के problem ही बहुत आ रहे हैं, तो ध्यान से करना है. Shiva has acquired a jewelry in 2010. In 13, he did some improvement. On 1821, he transferred the jewelry to friend Mona for 40 lakhs. Yeah. So he sold jewelry. Shiva already had self-occupied one house. Okay. On 22, within 1 year of the sale, you can buy house. You sell anything and you buy house, you get exemption in 54F. You sell house and you buy house, you get it in section 54. So this is 54F. He purchased another house for 30 lakhs for purpose of letting out. ठीक है. पहले इसी को apply करके करते हैं. Yeah. You have sold the jewelry for 40 lakhs in 21-22. Correct? Shiva already 18. He transferred the jewelry for 40 lakhs. Shiva already had the house. So 21-22 means assessment year 23-24. 40 lakhs. And this is very clear. Index cost 167 has become, ये सब exam में दिया रहेगा आपको index rate 317. Ma'am, this year's index is not 317. But this problem is talking about year ending 22. So 5 lakh will become how much? Improvement, and this is the capital gain. Now, that time when you got the capital gain, within 12 months, you purchased a house of 30 lakhs. 40 lakhs was sale consideration, but you purchased the house of 30 lakhs. So for all the exemptions, it is investment or capital gain, whichever is lower. Here it is in 40 lakhs. This is the capital gain. In 30 lakhs, question mark. 30 lakhs into 30 lakhs. Okay, exam long term capital gain का figure ही missing. Oh my god. 40 lakhs minus 1381 375. Capital gain तो पता होना चाहिए ना. 26. It's missing here, but directly they have worked out down. But you have to write it there also. It's a very nice problem. 2 minutes. So what is the long-term capital gain? 2618. Both the MTPs are having very nice question for capital gain. Last one was compulsory acquisition and this was capital gain. So make sure you practice it thoroughly. Now, in 40 lakhs, this is the capital gain. You have sold the jewelry, no? You have 40 lakhs. Why did you buy the house for 30 lakhs? Proportionate capital gain will be exempt. In 40 lakhs, it's 26. In 30 lakhs, it is how much? So this, right? This much is exempt. Out of 26, 19 is exempt, remaining is taxable. This was the story of assessment year 23-24. Now promise you will not sell the house for 3 years. Yahan say 3 years. 22 plus 3 years. On 5/4/23, and you should not buy a third house also. See, you have sold jewelry, you have purchased a house, you already have a house. For 3 years, don't buy a third house. On 5th April 23, his friend offered him house, 25 lakhs for 15 lakhs, and Shiva purchased it. Gone. When? On 5/4/23. Dekho. In the 23-24. So 24-25 assessment year, since another house was purchased, the exemption is revoked and whole capital gain which was exempt will become taxable. Clear? Right. Now, next. Okay. Now Shiva purchased the same. Shiva sold the new house acquired from his friend. जिसका stamp duty कितना था? 25 lakhs. But he purchased for 15 lakhs. That house he has sold to the friend for 19 lakhs. But stamp duty value. So always you will again take 22 lakhs. He purchased it in 15 lakhs. Purchase may you don't have to take the stamp duty value. But in sale consideration, stamp duty value. And difference will be short-term capital gain because you purchased and you sold. Take your time and ask your doubts. So very nice question. I'll explain you what happened. You have sold jewelry and you have purchased a house. You took 54F exemption because you already had one house and you can buy one more house. The moment you buy third house, that exemption is revoked. And third house sold will be short-term capital gain. Okay. Income from other source, it's a copy-paste problem. I don't want to read. Only thing you have to remember that from pension, 1/3 or 15,000, whichever lower is deductible. Remuneration for checking examination copy of employer's school. You're already employed with a school, and if you're getting some amount for checking examination paper, it will be taxable under salary. But other exams, CMA and all, you are checking other source. Income tax refund is not an income. Interest on income tax refund, income. Some composite rent you have received for property and other, 10,000. Expenditure is allowed. Yeah. From subletting also, you have received some rental income from subletting. But against that, whatever rent you are paying to your owner, allowed. It's allowed. It's a very easy problem. Chalo, set off now. Following are the details of income of losses. Here also I feel the presentation is not good. Set off and clubbing. One single video is there in the YouTube for less than 2 hours, where concept question answer will be covered in a way that you don't have to read it again. Huh? But it's not good, the presentation what they have done. ठीक है, फिर भी हम चेक करते हैं इसको. House property 1 and 2, can we set off income 60,000 may loss this? Yes. So it's 220. 220, can I set off here? Yes, right? So now what's salary income? 40,000. Speculative income may, can you set off the business loss? Yes. Still business loss is 1,10,000. Owning from maintaining horse races, you cannot show a loss. Owning and maintaining horse races, 1,50,000. Even if you have to show it in inner column, because owning and maintaining horse races loss can be adjusted only income from horse races. Income from agricultural business. Okay. Agricultural business का कोई कुछ नहीं है. इनकम ही टैक्सेबल नहीं है, तो लॉस कहाँ मिलेगा एग्रीकल्चर, छोड़ दो. शॉर्ट टर्म कैपिटल गेन में लॉन्ग टर्म कैपिटल लॉस सेट ऑफ नहीं होता. So long term capital gain should be carried forward to be set off in same. Short term capital gain में you cannot set off the long term capital loss. But in short term capital gain, can you set off the business loss? Short term loss cannot be set off in business income. But business loss, you don't come to our house, we will come to your house and have tea, coffee. So business loss can be set off here. 30,000 tak, yes. So this will be how much then? 110 is the business loss, no? One more thing important is easy filing is written in the default tax regime, then answer will change. Correct? So I told you the presentation is not good. I will give you the correct presentation. 260 may say house property loss. Assuming he is not filing the return in default tax regime, house property loss is 220. So 20,000 will be carried forward. House property loss. Only 2 lakh you can set off. I hope you are getting. 60 minus 280 is 220. In 220, 20,000 carry forward. 2 lakh you can set off here. Sorry. So this will be 60,000 income. Hmm. 60,000 income. Kahan? Salary. In salary head, you cannot set off the business loss. But business loss can be set off in the short-term capital gain. Acha, there is more income from lottery also. Income from lottery will directly be taxable in the outer column. And income from horse races, 170. And there is loss also from the horse races. Can we set off from income and loss and directly take? Text it. Owning and maintaining horse races is different. That can be set off from income from owning and maintaining horse races. Here we have our other incomes. Lottery and horse races जिसमें कोई कुछ loss set off नहीं होता. And interest on securities, there's the loss, 70,000. Are you getting? So any one of the loss you can set off. Loss is 180 and income is 90. So 90,000 loss you have to carry forward. Any one you can set off. See, the answer is correct. Answer is correct with the present. 90,000 is the loss and 180 is the income. How did you get 180 income? Lottery and income from horse races, flat taxable. No deduction, no exemption, no expense allowed, no set off, nothing. And remaining 90,000 loss will be carried forward. Chalo. Salary sum we will do. It's easy. Very easy. Salary ka sum. He's working in a company with 24,000 per month and DA 2,000. So 24,000 into 12. Clear or not to all of you? 2,88,000. 2,000 into 12. 24,000. Basic and DA. 3,12,000. Now bonus. Bonus is 50,000. One minute. The screen is 1 second. Keep your calculator also with you. Okay, basic and DA is clear. Bonus will be added. He and his employer has contributed to RPF 6%, not taxable. Employer can contribute 12%. His income from business and profession. Okay. So salary ki income 362 aaya. 50,000 will be the standard deduction. So it will be 3,12,000. Salary income. Now, business income is given 52, directly taxable. So what's the gross total income? Interest on FD is 5,000. वो भी taxable. Other source. 3,12,000 salary income plus 52,000 plus 5,000. 369 is the gross total income minus LIC. Can you deduct LIC? Yes, 4,000. And can you deduct his own contribution? He has also contributed, no, to RPF. Kitna? 3,12,000. Basic and DA ka 6%. 3,12,000 into 6%. 18,720. In 80C, employee can deduct his own contribution to salary up to, RPF up to 12%. And LIC can be deducted. So this is a very nice, small, beautiful question like of total income. 346, 280. 346, 280. We have solved it orally. It's very nice and easy question. And they have asked you to calculate the tax. Up to 250 nil, remaining 5%, he will also get the rebate and ATC deduction, how it came. Sixth question, I'm always saying it's theory and generally from chapter 1. So if you are very good at, definitely you can score good marks. 2 hours and 15 minutes are over. So if you feel this is helpful to you, share it with others. Confidently, they can solve it before 3 days of exam also if you want to check up and go, because questions are asked from early MTP, है ना? चलो. So ये GST वाले questions what are ये मुझे समझाना भी नहीं है. आ जाओ. Now, value of supply. Today only I said central government subsidy you have to deduct. Other subsidies you have to add. Sometimes they say already subsidies adjusted means it's already deducted. Don't do anything. Value of outward supply 75 lakhs. Aggregate turnover के लिए क्या क्या लोगे आप? Value of exempted supply 70 lakh. Interest on loan नहीं लेंगे. So you will take 40 lakhs. Value of inward supply on which RCM? No, this is not your sales only. Inward supply is my purchase. It's so just in case of RCM I have to pay tax. है ना? Right. Then value of export. Yes. So pick up your calculator. What is your aggregate turnover? This is the same question asked earlier in CA exam and now it's in MCQ और ये Assam है. Assam is not in those specified 8 states. So for Assam, the limit is 150 lakhs or 1.5 crore. 75 lakhs plus 40 plus 7. 122. It's less than the 150 lakhs. Can he go? Is he eligible for composition levy? Answer is yes. Yes, he is eligible for composition levy. Chalo, same type of value of supply they will ask or ITC they will ask. List price of the goods supplied interstate. List price of the goods 1240. Items already adjusted means the central government subsidy which is already adjusted. So don't do anything. Ma'am, just now you said central government subsidy is allowed. Matlab it's not a part of the value of supply. तो उसको निकाल दो, less करो. And other subsidy add if it is not adjusted. If it is already adjusted, then subsidy of central government is already deducted. Don't do anything. Subsidy from trade and other association, add it. Items not adjusted, municipal tax, add it. Packing charges, add it. Late fees paid for what? Late fees paid for the recipient for delayed payment of all. Yes, late fees and all will be included. Calculate the value of the supply. ये देखो. ये सब add होगा and you will get value of supply, and if they give you 18%, calculate. If they say this is inclusive, this is 118, 18 kitna? You should know it. Easy. Last part now we are going. On what services the ITC can be claimed? Input tax credit can be claimed. By MS Motors, they are manufacturers of the car. So related accounting service, yes. Health insurance for employees, only if it is mandatory. So no, you can't claim ITC. Routine maintenance of the car, yes, because there are manufacturers. Repair and service of office building. Cost of repairs is charged to the P&L account. They are manufacturers. So office building, yes. Hotel accommodation and conveyance for employees vacation, no. Test available, yes. So in the same line of the service, manufacturers can claim ITC. More detail if you want to learn, check the ITC lectures which are there in the app also. Okay, and last one. Cost of imported machine, expenses, buying commission, designing, ये सब लेंगे. Okay. Designing charges, if they are paid in India, we will not take. Initially, first, for conversion and all. Material supplied by the buyer free of cost, of course, we will take. Civic rate is given and Basic custom duty and surcharge, social welfare surcharge is given. IGST charge at last on the value plus the custom IGST is charged. So straight I am checking the answer for this. 200 2200 and rate is given. Rate kiska diya tha? Civic rate you have to pay. Material directly supplied, freight, insurance, freight and insurance. So accessible value, nothing given, you have to take it. Accessible value, then charge basic custom duty. On custom duty, charge that surcharge, and IGST is charged on this total value, 18%, not on the accessible value, I think. 20,755 plus 232,075 plus 23. I've solved very nice problem, and there I've given lot of explanation also. 18% is charged on the total value. Actually, it's missing one part over here. And then you calculate the total duty. Total duty. Total duties are all the three. Okay. For this, how to charge this rates, mandatory and all, in that explanation it is there. So here we complete solving MTP-1 and 2 with the concept. I tried my best to solve it simultaneously. Capital gain problem is very important. I've given you the paper pattern and the ABC analysis, like composition is task. Registration isme nahi hai, but registration also they'll give you that aggregate turnover definition is this. If it crosses 20 lakhs, you have to check and do, right? So we are going to meet one day after tomorrow. Today is Wednesday. Friday, we are solving MTP 1 and 2 for the CMA students for costing. Costing all top 50 questions, your MCQs, your theory questions, booster notes, all, even all the links I have put up in the WhatsApp challengers group and Telegram group. So there I'm giving lot of updates. Join the Telegram, join the WhatsApp, and if you have any doubt, just click the picture. Wait for 24 hours because lot of schedule is going on. This is my 7th hour beginning today for the 3 consecutive classes. So sometimes it is like this. We cannot skip the regular class because they have to write chapter wise exam and all in schedule. So if something somewhere is not clear, click the picture and send me, and be very confident you have attended practice batch. Keep watching one shot revision video. As a teacher, even when I saw the motor car, I didn't remember 2418. I referred back. It's okay to refer your material, your booster notes while solving MCQ. Don't panic कि मैम आपको तो पूरे आंसर याद आ रहे हैं, मुझे नहीं आ रहे हैं. Even I have referred it. I'm telling you honestly. So it's okay. It is for practice. No problem. In exam, you don't have to do so much what we have done in the last 2.5 hours. It's you have to choose and do. Right? Okay. So say to yourself, we are closing the class with the best of the prayer. I have done it earlier. I'll surely do it now. I can surely do it now. I'll do whatever it takes to achieve my dream. I'm not a CA and CMA yet, but I'll do whatever it takes to achieve my dream. And last one, to have all the power with ourselves, we should say, I take 100% responsibility for all my actions, decisions, emotions, wording, saying all. Rather than blaming others, when you take responsibility, you get so much of power and you go to exam with a strong mindset. That's all for today. Thank you so much for staying connected till here, watching this. Comment below if you have any doubt, and if it is clear and helpful, still comment below. Check all the earlier playlist also. Bye all of you. All the best. Yeah, all earlier CMA MTP 1 and 2 for June 24, for December 23 are solved. There's a playlist, you can check over there. Separate playlist is there for CA and CMA.